remember, light is super important to the success, growth, and survival of your plants. I find that a lot of times when people are troubleshooting what's going wrong with an obviously unhappy plant, they really want it to be a watering issue, and sometimes it is, but a lot of times it's really a light issue. And I hate this because if you want a plant in a certain spot, you can't make it have more light. For example, my friend works in a doctor's office. They added a fiddle leaf fig. He texted me a picture and said, "Why is it so unhappy? Should I put it in a self-watering pot?" And the answer was that there was no light. There was just like the fluorescent lights above, which is not nearly enough light for these. And I told him to let somebody take it home and get a fake plant or put like a really big ZZ plant or a snake plant in its spot. He didn't like that because he had paid $150 for this fiddle leaf fig. But plants that need bright light are going to be sad and drop their leaves and just look unhappy when they're not getting enough light. So anyway, let's look at some of the signs your plant is getting too much or too little light. So signs of too much light, the top sign is scorched leaves. This could be brown, crispy edges. The entire leaf might turn brown and die. I love this picture because you can see this is what sunburn looks like on a leaf. It's like almost white, but very crispy. Nothing mushy about it. Very dried out, crispy, and just burned looking. A little bit bleached. Leaves can lose their color and get faded. This happens a lot on calatheas. If they get too much light, they really lose their color. They get very faded looking. And they could droop. So if they look sort of withered and sad, that could be a sign. But a good thing about a withered plant or wilted plant is that you can bring it back to life compared to a brown crispy plant is not turning green again. So if you think your plants have gotten too much light, number one, move them out of the situation. Get them out of the light as soon as you possibly can. Move them somewhere with indirect light. They're not getting directly hit by light. You could add a sheer curtain if they're in a window and you want to filter it. You could increase the distance between the plant and the grow light or the window. You can move your plant indoors into a covered porch. Just get it out of the light. You can cut off any brown, crispy bits of the leaf or leaves. They're not coming back to life, and hope that it will start growing back happier. Now, on the other hand, and almost more common, is too little light. And the number one sign of too little light is leggy growth. This is thin stems and long sections of stems with no leaves on it. So if you look, this is my rickrack cactus. I put it on this upper shelf. It looks so beautiful there. These big, thick branches is what it should look like. See all this thin growth over here? That's because it's not getting nearly enough light up there. It's not dying, it's still growing, it's still green, it's still lush. The leaves are all firm, not mushy, not crispy, but it is not going to grow more of this big, thick branches unless it gets more light. That's just the truth. Plants getting too little light will tend to slow down growing, smaller or fewer leaves. They'll look a bit spindly. That's okay. I mean, if you're okay with that, a plant can live that way, if that is the sign. We start to have more problem if they start getting yellowing leaves that are dropping off and falling off kind of at a faster pace. That's when you need to take action and move them somewhere brighter, or else all the leaves are going to fall off and the plant's going to die. So some ways to solve this are to move it closer to a light source. You can move it to a spot closer to a window. You could add a grow light above the pot. Anything like that will help to increase the light for your plant. You could also consider rotating your plant to make sure that both sides are getting even light. So you can see on this plant, this side actually gets pretty decent light. This side does not. So rotating this would be a really smart solution. I just have an issue with it being sort of bald on the back and really pretty on the front. So you have to balance that out with your rotation. So remember, regularly check and inspect your plants for signs of light issues, adjust them and relocate them as soon as you see a problem. Don't be afraid to supplement with artificial light, especially seasonally, and continuously observe your plants and just adjust them accordingly to keep them happy.